Right, we're on. What's going on? We're looking back at the Sloth rant video that we looked at a couple episodes back, and when we first did it, it was a little too off the cuff. We couldn't really, refute it completely, but now we're gonna go back through it with,
That and the
finer
technical
comb.
difficulties didn't really
Yeah,
help
my
matters.
fucking internet
That actually made it a lot worse.
kept crashing. Yeah, it did. It ruined it. And I don't think it's in the video version. I think it completely cut out after it crashed, so you can't even watch that. So it'd be a good thing to
Yeah.
have this. Yeah, I think we
Yeah, I
can just
tried
get right into
rewatching
it.
that BOPcast, and yeah, you can't even watch that video without being confused as hell because it cut out so many important key
Yeah,
points that we were bringing up, and it was like a 24-minute BOPcast, and it's like, no, what the hell happened there?
but now I actually know how to fucking run the show, so it should be fine. And
Yeah.
also the soundboard's back.
Don't like 'em putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap.
It's a little quiet. I'll have to fix that.
And that's from Futurama, right?
No, that's an actual quote from Alex Jones.
Oh,
He-
Alex
he did
Jones.
that on his show.
I don't
He-
know why it just sounds
He
like
thinks
something that
he
Bender
thinks they're
would
putting
say.
chemicals in the water and it's actually turning the frogs gay. Legit. But yeah. We can just get into it.
Yes, and we're gonna yes, you
Hmm?
did.
Yeah.
Also, I fixed the
you
banner so it doesn't
did.
get in the way now. It's just transparent.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, and for those of you watching, I made the greatest rape joke about Jar Jar Binks ever, and if you saw that, what I posted in Skype, it's so hilarious.
Yeah. Alright.
What up, fellas? It's SlothBoy494 here, and I'm reporting for duty.
Wait, are
Welcome
we
to
doing the
Sloth
share
Talks,
screen?
where I talk about
Oh yeah. Shit. We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go.
something topical, and pretty much
Oh, what's going on?
try to make a podcast out of it. Also, I'm not
Podcast.
going to be using an avatar for this because there's no reason for me to do so. Now, today I'll be talking about something I really hate, and that is the men's rights movement. The men's rights movement, for anyone who was
As a
fortunate
whole.
enough to not know about it, is one of the dumbest things in the whole world. It's where men who have been single all their lives start projecting their
Isn't that
bitchy.
kind of like the same thing? Wait, isn't that? Yeah, is it saying that the Men's Rights Act, the MR,
Men's rights
I'm sorry,
activism.
that the MRAs is like the dumbest thing ever? Isn't that kind of like generalizing feminism and just
Yeah,
saying,
it
oh,
is.
feminism is
I
just
don't say-
SJWs?
I don't say feminism is retarded.
Isn't that
because I
kind of what
know
he's trying to
It's not
say
entirely.
that? Huh?
I don't say feminism is retarded because it's not entirely. A lot of it is, but it's not everyone.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's not everyone,
amount of-
and the thing is about that is that Sloth actually
I mean,
tries to
I
argue
don't-
how they're just straw men and
I don't want to
or
get
as
on
he puts
people's
it, straw
asses
women.
for
God, that
saying
makes me
things that
cringe.
sound kind of general,
and
but they don't really mean it that way, because I know that happens a lot, but I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb when people do that too, where they just kind of make a general sort of like jokey comment or whatever, and then they get on their ass like, what do you mean all MRAs, all feminists? I've seen that happen a lot. But anyway.
their bitterness about how women don't talk to them, and they just march around bitching about their so-called oppression at the hands of feminism. What really bothers me is that there's more of these people everywhere I turn on the internet. It really annoys me how people can actually support such a bullshit movement. So I want to take the time here to tear down all of the men's rights ideologies.
It annoys me that people have different opinions than me.
Let's start with the obvious
yeah, I
question.
know, right?
Do men need a movement? The answer is no. They don't. In fact, the notion that men have less rights is actually a product of distorting facts to suit their own needs and fuel their propaganda and preserve the misogynistic patriarchy that they have so long wished to have.
Isn't that kind of what feminists do too?
And it seems that every
some of them.
thread I've seen about
I was
rights.
bringing up how he was trying to say that feminists are like these MRAs are generalizing feminism, and yeah, he's kind of generalizing MRAs, and he does this throughout the entire video. So,
he's talking into a mirror.
Has fallen into the same trap. They all use the same rhetoric, same buzzwords, same straw manning, or in this case, it would be straw womening. I don't know. Cases, they aren't that hard of a book to read.
God,
they think they have your strings clenched, when in reality, they're fraying on their sweaty, grimy hands. I want to specifically take apart each argument MRAs have thrown around to make sure their bullshit can actually seem meaningful. Firstly, MRAs do not want equality. I'll say it again.
Well, that's fucking general and fucking retarded rhetoric.
They are actually out to preserve patriarchy. I'm gonna get this out of the way. These dumbasses have some of the most fragile egos I've ever fucking seen. They cry misandry at every little thing that
he said about the extremist feminists, where they just have the most fragile egos ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
And it would be so easy for me to lump them into like legitimate feminism, and
you could easily say the same thing. Just be a generalizing asshole to any group, really.
Centered around women.
Very broad.
Come on. I've seen it all.
Broad.
Yeah.
In my Amazing Atheist commentary, which I love.
Oh yeah, that Jim.
I die in obscurity.
Oh wait, play the rest of that Amazing Atheist skit.
What Amazing Atheist skit?
Like, what if he just go back a little bit, because he was just saying, he was just like in my Amazing Atheist. Actually, you know what? I'll just bring it up here. Yeah, he basically says like, just like in my Amazing Atheist video, and no, we're never going to bring that up again. And he's saying that because, well, he pretty much regrets making that video and admits that he fucked up in that video. And you know what's hilarious about that? The thing is that he's actually making the exact same mistakes in this video that he made in that Amazing Atheist video.
Yeah.
And
he
shows
makes the same mistakes in the Lacy Green commentary.
He doesn't really know where the hell he's fucking up, and either that or he just doesn't really care to improve his content.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mentioned that female narratives have.
And also, he can't get
in
off
the next
of this.
video that
he
we're
can't
about
get
to
off of this
watch
fucking feminist train.
pretty much proves
for
that
whatever
further.
reason, he can't divert his attention from it for 5 seconds. He has to make a video on it every few days. It looks like.
Yeah, I know.
He can't let go of this shit.
It's kind of like when Proto Mario kept making videos on the CC.
Been
Also,
undermined.
hi, Michael.
Hello.
Oh hey.
Oh, hey, is that you, Michael? Let me.
Yep.
Yes,
That's
it
me.
is. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing
Michael
okay.
Schomer in the fucking house.
Okay.
By the patriarchal thought that women still need men to justify their existences. However, if you flip it around to say that men need women, it's misandry, and they will cry and bitch till their hearts give out. I say let them.
Can't you say the same thing about some feminists calling misogyny? Talking
You could
into
twist
a
it
mirror.
around, and
You're talking into a
it
fucking
backfire.
mirror.
Now where there will be less MRAs. Back on topic. Here's how a typical father
on
story
topic.
pans out. It involves a man whose wife
Oh my God.
He can't pronounce the letter O. He has to say, he pronounces it like an A. Padcast, tapic. It's pretty funny.
has died. Not divorced, not left him for someone else, just flat out killed before the events of the movie. It almost never really leads to anything more. It doesn't serve any purpose other than to move the plot along and provide slight internal conflict for him. It can be done well, like with The Punisher. His wife and son were killed by the mob, and now he's a homicidal vigilante righting the wrong that was done to him. His wife's death actually served a purpose beyond he has to raise a kid on his own. In these fatherhood stories, women are plot devices. Wife dies, barely anything happens besides the family misses mommy. How does a motherhood story pan out? Well, she's happily married and things gonna be better. But if she's single, then everything goes to hell, and 8 times out of 10, a man's gotta make things right. Now, I'm not saying that a happy married couple is a bad story. I'm just saying that a woman can only be happy if a man is in her life is just wrong. An example I can think of is Sinister.
Wait. Didn't he just say that, like, there's nothing wrong with, like a story where a woman's happily married, but it's just wrong that they're I
I
play that
don't
part
know
again.
if
I'm
this
sorry.
happened. I don't really know if this happens a lot.
Does he even check his script?
Yeah,
He
the
doesn't-
point I'm trying to
doesn't
make is
sound like he
that
has a
he
script,
made a
to be honest.
really,
He
really
keeps-
bad contradiction
I don't think
in that
he has
one
a script.
statement.
He keeps like stuttering and like flubbing stuff up and going back. So it sounds like he doesn't have a script.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it funny if he watches this video because he put
I
Bob
don't watch a ton
on
of
his
movies
list
though,
of
so
people
I don't know if
he's
this
never
is
gonna
something that
comment
actually
to.
happens a lot or not. But wait, what was that? Sorry.
I'm gonna find it funny if he watches this video because he put Bob on his list of people he's never gonna commentate on.
Oh man, let's see.
And then
Let's
it's like
let's
he
keep
ends up
doing this. Let's
commentating on
see
him
how
because
long that we can. Let's see how long that can stand. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that a happy married couple is a bad story. I'm just saying that a woman can only be happy if a man is in her life is just wrong. An example I can think of is
so what he's saying is that there's nothing wrong with a woman being happily married. It's just saying that a woman that relies, a story that relies on a woman being happy because of a man in her life is wrong. So what you just said you had no problem with is now a problem. Okay, fantastic. That's great. No, really, you're doing.
Or two. Whereas a mother who escapes her abusive dickhole of a husband with her 2 kids is forced to live with him again when he regains full legal custody. That's the main story of the characters. At the end, he gets killed, thankfully enough. But it doesn't change the fact that she had to turn to a man to get her life back on track, especially since the man in this case was putting her in pain. Yet it's totally okay to have a man prance around saying that women are useless. And throwing the argument that men lose their wives through bullshit means is...
So yeah, have any of you seen this plot happen a lot? Because I know Michael's a movie reviewer. Is this something that happens a lot?
I haven't really seen any movies like that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, neither. And I watch a lot of movies as well. And like I said, I'm a huge movie buff, and I don't really remember any movies that had this premise that really stuck out to me.
Same here, so I have no idea what the heck he's even talking about.
Yeah, and that's the problem. He doesn't list specific examples. He lists
one specific example,
and it's like a very cherry pick, and it's just this cherry picky ass example.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of taken the plot of this movie that he's about to bring up out of context. Well, maybe, I don't know, or maybe he's just twisting the context. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but it just really sounds like that he is, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was. So
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually made this all unscripted because, basically what you just said.
Oh yeah, I don't think I introduced him. This other guy talking is Raccoon Man.
Yeah.
Hello.
Basically. Hey. Oh.
Okay.
I'm going to change my mind because it doesn't take away anything from the media portraying single mothers as weak and in need of a husband. Now, this one's one of my favorites. MRAs try actually saying that they're suffering from objectification. I've seen it before, that fitness magazines showing ripped men are oppressive towards fat or lean men who don't have idealized bodies. First of all, the idea of objectification came from rape culture. While I don't normally like using trigger words like patriarchy and rape culture, we can't deny their existence. And when you think on it, men are hardly, if ever, knocked on for not having a body like John Cena or David Beckham. But you'll always find a woman being knocked down for not looking like Kate Upton.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Your
I
guess
know.
is as good as mine.
Yeah, didn't he? He did watch the BOPcom where Caden was talking about his experience with the wrestling thing. Yeah, where was he for that? Because that easily proves him wrong.
I think for both genders, it's like specific cases like that because he's saying you can't go without seeing women being knocked down for not looking like Kate Upton. So like people are just getting like women are just getting harassed in the streets. Like you don't look like fucking Kate Upton. I don't see that.
And
strangely enough, I don't see that.
And I must be imagining all those comments where all these people are telling this guy like, "Ew, you're so ugly." Like, "Oh yeah, no, you're right." Yeah,
both
men aren't called ugly at all.
Appearance.
You're right.
That's basically just going from like your personal experience and just going like, "Well, yeah, this is how it fucking is." That's not going to be the
Yeah,
same
I
for
know, it's
everyone,
like-
though. It's not an
it's like-
argument. Maybe if you had like a study or some shit, but you don't have. I don't think you have a study for this. I don't think you ever bring one up.
I can safely say that, well, admittedly, I have a bit of a feminine body. I'm not going to elaborate on how of universal squeamishness, but I'm not jacked or a bodybuilder. And despite this, girls still talk to me quite a lot. It could help that I'm 6'2.5" and tan because of my ethnicity.
Wait, but you don't look like fucking John Cena.
What? You look like a creepy guy giving a thumbs up.
Also, citing sources, that's crazy talk.
Oh, and I love this picture too, where it's like these two women are not wearing these shirts, and then like this guy is like, what the hell is this? Like, who speaks campaign? Is that like, what is that?
I have no idea.
Is that like one of those oh yeah, you know that that quote unquote charity thing where it's like where they're getting these little girls to drop these F-bombs, and then by the end they're trying to sell you these T-shirts.
Oh yeah, I've seen that from Blazes Com.
Yes. What if it's something? What if this ad that's presented in Sloth's picture here is a similar campaign as that campaign, where they're trying to sell the T-shirts at the end?
But how does
Buy
it
my
mean
shit.
much since you could be 7 feet tall and still be ugly as fuck? Thing is, objectification affects women far more than men. I did some research.
How?
What I found in my studies
How?
is that fat girls
Okay,
were
actually,
10 times
you know what? Let's continue. Let's continue. He said he had examples. I want to hear this example that he has. So please,
Okey-doke.
Sloth, continue.
I watched
like-
over this a couple days ago,
More
so
like-
I remember some of the stuff he's saying.
to be judged for their body types than boys. Now, why is it that most of the MRAs bitching about this are people you wouldn't want to fuck anyway? That's what I'm asking.
Ad hom.
Well, guess we'll never know.
I mean, I usually don't call ad hom, but that was a fucking ad hom.
Wait, an ad what?
Ad hominem. I usually
an
don't
ad
call
hom.
that,
Wait,
but that
what did-
fucking
I'm
was.
sorry, I was looking at the chat for a little bit. What did he say?
He said that MRAs don't get sex or whatever.
What?
They don't get sex. I'm like yes.
You had to resort to hitting on Lacy Green in your commentary, so I don't think you're one to talk.
Yes. I
I'll be
can't
on
wait to
NH
get to that video.
Yeah, we'll get
Let's
to that
continue.
though. Yeah. This is so fun. This is a good
Yes.
show. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man,
know. I
this
wish
is better
Derek
than
could have
last
been here to
episode.
have fun. I mean, maybe he didn't necessarily have to, give this intellectual point, but just to have fun with it in general and just talk shit like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Not taking it
If he's gonna
like
ad hom, we're gonna
100%
ad hom
seriously.
the fuck out of him. Jesus Christ.
excuse hypocrisy can come up with. Another trump card MRAs like bringing up is circumcision. This one's really stupid. Let's talk about circumcision. Circumcision is a religious
Oh, here's the good one.
Oh my
Tradition.
god, this
If-
is by far one of the funniest things in
Yeah.
the entire fucking video.
This
It's so
is-
amazing.
This is
It's
the
about
point
as
I.
amazing.
This is the
I mean,
point I
it's
can
super
refute
cool.
with my dick. Watch.
follow me, religious tradition, where an infant boy's
Which is also
foreskin is
practiced in medical
sliced off.
fields, but please continue.
I'm ignoring the health benefits it provides since MRAs don't care about that, so why should I? Apparently, it's oppressive
Because
that
it would actually really, really strengthen your. Actually, no. In your case, it would actually
health
make your point
benefits?
really,
I've heard
really
of one
fucking
health
weak, and it would
benefit.
make your point really baseless. And it's just a way for you to conveniently shove that shit under the rug. It really, honestly is. So
Yeah, I've heard of one health benefit, and it slightly reduces the risk of one form of cancer, or some disease. Other than that, I haven't heard of any other health benefits. So
girls don't get circumcised.
you're free to bring it up, though.
For one thing,
Yeah.
girls don't have dicks, and I don't think
Yeah, we fucking know that. That's not the point.
yeah, we know that. Thanks for telling us that.
That doesn't change the fact they don't get circumcised. It's not. They don't. It's not that they.
Yeah, actually, he actually, and you know what's ironic? He says that all these are strawmans, and he's actually about to strawman this entire argument that he says that the MRAs are bringing up. So let's continue.
That's like saying black people get discriminated against, and then white people don't get discriminated against because they don't have black skin. Something
Yeah,
like
just-
that.
That's basically overall bias. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
you can traditionally circumcise a vagina. Second, only Jewish boys can be circumcised. If you're a Christian or a Muslim, your dick ain't getting touched by a scalpel.
Oh,
Okay, I was raised Christian.
Really?
My
So
dick
Female
was
I was
circumcision
never
is
circumcised.
mutilating
I was
their
never
reproductive
circumcised.
system.
Let me
Not
check
only
because
that-
I'm so excited to check. I'm so okay. No, I'm still circumcised. Damn
Let
it,
me
you're a
check
liar,
too.
sloth.
Yep. But also, what he's saying is literally fucking impossible because I looked at the statistics and shit. The Jewish population, the entire Jewish population of the U.S. is like 3%. The circumcised population is 30%. It's fucking impossible. Not only that, but it's not even like the majority are Jewish. The vast majority of people in the U.S. that are circumcised aren't Jewish.
Yeah.
Dead fucking wrong.
Research going for a sloth.
Get fucking destroyed.
Oh yeah, and I love how holy shit. I need to go to his fucking channel to look for this damn video that he posted because he actually posted these really biased as hell links. Yeah, continue. I'll try to find it.
Okay.
Prevent them from enjoying sex or even reproducing. These two are in no way compatible, and any reasoning MRAs use aren't stable or sensible enough to carry a debate along. The draft.
And I love how he kind of picked this point up from a ponder, even though that it doesn't really hold up. Yeah. I mean, in the sense, oh god, I remember seeing that comment and I was like, no, and I don't remember exactly what I said or what I was thinking at the time, but yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just kind of it. Yeah, oh yeah, I was just kind of saying that it was kind of a straw man on her part because that wasn't like the point. The point was that like it was just really, really dumb to have like male circumcision legal and yet have female circumcision illegal. Not that mainly because like why is it okay to do like circumcised boys and not oh god.
I think there is like female genital mutilation and shit that happens in like
Yeah, but it does serious damage, and that should absolutely be illegal. So
but
I agree with
he's
that.
talking
It's
in terms of like I think America or first world. He's not talking about that.
Yeah, I know.
He's not talking about where there's actually
I'm not even
like
trying
big
to say that it
discrimination
should
against
be
women
illegal, but
because that'd actually help. No, he's focusing on the evil MRAs.
yeah.
Good job, Sloth.
Bitch.
God,
Good
fucking
old
tool.
sloth boy.
Those fucking activists.
You sound a little bit like Sloth there, Jesus.
Oh, gee.
You did. Can you do a Sloth impression?
Why do you ask?
It sounds
That's
exactly
actually a
like
good
Sloth.
impression.
Jesus Christ. That's amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the reason why I just don't get why male circumcision is legal and yet it's illegal to do female circumcision because on the male part there's really no reason to circumcise males either except for maybe some minor health benefits that don't really matter. I mean, at least as far as I know, there might be. I don't know. So yeah.
I've only heard of one, and it's not something I really give a shit about myself. So
Yeah, that's
I'd
what I
rather
was
not
thinking.
have my dick touched with a scalpel when I was born. I'd rather have a non-circumcised dick, to be honest. But I
Yeah.
didn't have a choice in that, so what the fuck?
You know,
Yeah.
the thing that every man is legally required to have signed up for. Remember when I said that MRAs distort facts? This is one of them. MRAs like to say that men are enlisted for selective service at birth. That's not true at all. I
But
was
they
not
are
born
legally
enlisted.
required to do it when they turn 18, which is what they're getting at.
Yeah.
And this shows that you have no idea that you don't even know your own fucking laws in your own goddamn
Actually, I
country,
think-
Sloth.
I think women are in the draft now, but I don't think they were
Yeah,
when he made this.
the women can.
Not
okay,
when he
here's how
made
it
this
goes.
video, though.
Men
so
are legally. It is
Now they
legally.
are.
You are legally required to sign up for the draft if you are a male when you turn 18. Like you have to.
No, but
by
I
the law.
think-
But then with females, like they have the option to, but they don't have to if they don't want to. And
no, but I heard
legally
that,
speaking, men don't get that choice. Yeah, what
I-
were you gonna say, Ski?
I heard that actually now they are in the draft. or something. But I don't think it was. I think it was after he made this video. So we're not talking in terms of that, since that.
No,
this is before.
no, even before this video, women were able to, or like long before this video was made, women have been able to sign up for the draft if they wanted to.
No, I mean, I don't know. This might not be accurate, but I think they made it mandatory or something. I don't know if I'm 100% on that. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, wait, mandatory for women too?
Yeah, I don't know though.
No, that's wrong. No, because I actually did look that up. I did look that up recently, and no, they still don't have to if they don't want to. Where men, yeah, they're pretty much mandated to do that by law.
Okay, it looks like they aren't.
I was going to say, is it just me, or I think this point was in response to Reddit's commentary
never
on
mind,
Sloth.
it's not.
Yeah, that's actually the
Norway.
thing about this rant in general, is that this actually seems like an indirect response to that one section where I was of all those rights that women have that men don't. And
man.
the difference between
But he's
that
being a pussy about it. He's not addressing you directly.
What I did was that I actually brought up actual facts that actually have substance to it. Sloth just picked freaking sources that with like Kim Kardashian articles, like a bunch of them on the side. I'm like, oh yeah, this totally doesn't seem this totally seems like a reliable source. Mm-hmm.
And now he's bringing up things that are literally fucking impossible. So way to lower the bar, Sloth. Jesus. Also, no, it don't. But it says in Norway they're required, but I don't think anywhere else. So never mind.
In the
never
U.S.,
mind. He's wrong.
Yeah, I actually did look this up for U.S. specifically, and the thing about the U.S. is that, like I said, men are mandated to do it.
Women can, but they don't have to.
No, women can, but they have the choice not to.
It's only in Norway.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, and what about Norway? They have to.
They have to in Norway. It doesn't say anywhere else.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah.
A draft hasn't been implemented since the Vietnam War. And the reason males are only chosen for a draft is because our body types are meant for war and other arduous tasks.
No, they're not.
Okay, weren't you trying to say earlier
mean?
that weren't you getting onto these movies for making women look bad and weak and shit, and yet what are you doing right now? You're like, well, they make men go and they drop men in because, well, their bodies are strong and shit. And I'm like, I'm sorry, are you implying that women's bodies are not?
Yeah, exactly. That's. I
want to
just
point
when
out,
I heard that, it's like, and you're saying women don't go to war?
I want to point out,
women do go to war. Tons of women go to war.
Yeah,
and you know what? They kick ass. They can probably kick your ass, Sloth. So
I think he does bring that up. Actually, there are women that can kick his ass, but
yeah,
he
but
said,
still doesn't.
He said meant for war. I want to point out his wording,
which proves that that he probably doesn't even use a script in this video.
Yeah, but
he said look it up.
He said meant for war, like men are like biologically built for war. No, war was something that was fucking retarded that was made up by humans. There's no such thing as being meant for war.
Yeah, are you saying that scrawny ass nerd in the back of your class has the body built for war?
He's built for war.
Is that what you're trying to say? Are you saying that scrawny ass piece of shit
neckbeard
is
sitting on
be able to
his couch?
Flip a goddamn person?
That dog's meant to be a part of war.
You know that guy who commentated on WarCorpse? Is he built for war?
I mean, he's gotta be. He has his name War on it.
The neckbeard guy.
Yeah. I mean, look at me. Am I built for? Well, to be fair, I can run really fucking fast. So in that regard, maybe. But outside of my speed, no.
Should the fat guy go to war?
So I'm not even old.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Don't they make it to where isn't it to where if you're overweight and you're not in physical shape, and you're kind of overweight, then you're not. You're going to be turned down by the military because you. Yeah. So
unless you're Proto Mario, because Proto Mario said he was like a fat ass, but he apparently was in the military. They didn't turn him down.
He was dishonorably discharged, or he was pretty much like that fat guy from Full Metal Jacket that committed suicide. Only except he didn't commit suicide.
He likes to bring it up a lot. I think I have serious suspicions that he's lying, but that's a whole nother story.
And funny that you mentioned Proto Mario, because I had a little talk with him on Skype just through the IMs. A lot of the screenshot he shows, and even I would say right now, -2, all of them he's censored. like who did it.
Screenshots
Like-
of what?
Like he would censor out the names, and like the first one,
Oh.
he said it was from
Oh.
Clay. Of
Is he
course, I
talking
asked
about
him,
like
does he mean Super Epic Clay or Clay Claymore? He didn't know.
Oh, I
If you're
remember
wondering, are
that.
the only two he didn't censor Zarek's long tweet and a comment he made saying he was depressed on some video. The name of the video currently escapes me.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think
I
someone
pointed
brought up
out
how
to him-
someone
I
made a
pointed
comment
out to him
where
that he
I don't
can't
know if
he
this
can't
is
he
entirely-
can't use things that he doesn't give the names as examples because we have no idea who the fuck that is. How do you use that as an example? So and I
Wait, what-
pointed that out
wait,
to him,
what-
and it
what's
it
an
was just
example?
like
Like
bounced
he
off
tried
like
to
a
give an
brick
example
wall
of
to
somebody
him.
that
So, I don't
gave
know.
him crap on
I
one of
don't-
his videos.
I don't want to waste time on him anymore after that. He won't fucking listen to anything I say.
Oh, we're still talking about Proto Mario. Okay, I don't get
But
it.
yeah, that's off topic though.
Let's move on.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
so,
because we
your
would
chances
be
of being
here forever.
Yeah.
drafted are practically
Whoa, what's going on?
zero.
There we go.
And on to the best part: abuse and rape. One of the biggest
Oh, that's
defenses
so
MRAs use.
fantastic. I would love to see how misinformed he is in this category. But please continue, Sloth. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
The scholar of Sloth. He's gonna school us on how the women's are
Yeah,
oppressed
he's gonna school us how
misogynies.
Does that
Jar Jar
knowing-
Binks advised Anakin to rape Padme.
What?
That was a joke
It's a
he was
reference
talking
to
about.
a rape joke that I made in regards to Jar Jar.
cares when
Okay.
men get abused or raped.
I haven't seen Star Wars, by the way. I really want to. I'll have to do that sometime. I'll winter break to do it.
Star Wars, which one?
Force Awakens in theaters. I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah,
it.
it's fantastic.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll watch it
it's
soon.
it's on par with the original trilogy.
I concur.
That's awesome. Okay. That gives me good feeling. Okay.
Though they word it exactly like that, despite the fact that they will usually get comfort from other people like a woman would. Despite the difference being, women get abused and raped more than men do. So that's why they talk about it happening to women more. 17 million
But that
women in
doesn't really change the fact that male rape is not really discussed enough, and it really honestly should be discussed more, and it should be addressed a lot more, especially in the court system where, oh my god, holy shit, yeah.
Like, the only argument you can make is that it's not as common, but having said that, I pretty much agree with you that it should be talked about more.
Yeah,
I also
because
like the-
that's actually that's actually kind of a big problem, is that it's actually not being talked about enough, and it's
Yeah.
actually not being addressed enough, just mainly on the basis that it's not as big of a problem, which is just fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I also like how he's using all these generalizing memes because that's the best way to
I know, right?
Yeah,
That's
It's
way to
about
get a point across.
utilizing his freaking sources.
best way to get like a fucking nuanced, precise point across is with fucking memes.
I
can't
think
take
that's what
you
Ponder
seriously.
actually said in her comment, actually.
I can't
'cause I-
take you seriously, Slaw, with your memes.
Your memes, your mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, and speaking of Ponder, her comment on that video on his rant on MRAs is way too kind. I think it should have been a lot more brutal, but I think it's because he was pandering to, like, he was just kind
Ponder.
of bringing up points that she brought up in my
Yeah.
video. Yeah, she kind of, I don't know, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Maybe she didn't actually look at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But point being, she should have been a lot more harsh in that comment. That comment was way too generous. This video doesn't deserve a comment that generous at all.
I'm gonna start shipping Sloth with Ponder now.
Yes, because
I'm usually afraid of messing with
That'd be the
Ponder.
funniest shit.
yes, it's amazing how much he sucks up to Ponder. It's so amazing.
And Lacy Green, but we'll get to that.
Oh yes, Lacy Green.
Oh
that's
man,
amazing.
shit's hilarious. This is
It's
amazing.
hilariously bad. I saw it when it first uploaded because
Sloth is a
actually
bigger
subscribed
source of
to
comedy
my
than all the
channel.
fucking. Sloth is a bigger source of comedy than all those fucking Death Battle knockoffs combined. That's pretty impressive.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I know at one point I dared you guys to try and watch Roaring Thunder Pursuit's Death Battle series. I think the one I sent was Gar versus Toph, and that one might be the cringiest of them all. To go on a
does it have,
brief
like,
tangent,
Does it have
Yeah.
like
The reason why I say
consistently
that-
stuff you can make
I
fun
remember
of?
it having dubbing about as good as animated porn that integrates shit from the actual animated show that it's
Like-
making porn parody off of.
Oh yeah,
The reason why I say it might be the cringes is because as bad as Fatal Fiction and Cartoon Fight Club were, at least they made their own things. Roaring Thunder Pursues Gar vs. Toph, literally nearly half the video is Screw Attack's video. And I don't mean he took a few clips. He
ripped
the
him off.
entire friggin' thing in crap quality and blatantly edited to make Gar win the fight.
Yeah, I know, because he's such an animu or weeaboo.
Is
yeah.
that where
By the way,
your,
Ski, did you
is
see
that-
my tweets of me watching the entire BOPcast?
No, I didn't. I was
Uh,
busy doing the Bobcast.
I mean, my tweets were after, and just
Yeah.
basically, God, I was saying, like, I made a joke about how everything just went dragging on and on and on and on.
I had problems. I know, like, I think that episode was below par on my part. I think there wasn't a whole lot, surprisingly, I could get out of those videos, and some of the, like, a lot of the guests I had on, because they were kind of last minute, weren't that good. But yeah, like, it got 82 dislikes in under a day. That was bullshit. Someone spammed me. I'm convinced of that.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
And
what video
here's the
was
thing.
that?
Here's the thing. That episode got more controversy than our episode about rape.
What?
Wait, what video was that where you were... Oh, yeah, there's freaking screwed... Oh, yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
That was so
That's the one I
dumb.
mentioned.
They got
Where I
more
said I dared
controversy
you
than our
guys to
episode
watch
about rape.
the Gar vs. Top that Roaring Thunder Pursuit did.
People were saying
Oh
I
boy,
was
I'm gonna
like, I
feel sorry
needed
for
to
you guys.
delete all my videos and shit. It was pretty funny. And I called people butthurt, and someone got mad, but whatever.
In America alone are rape or sexual assault victims. What about men? Around 2 million. The percentage of a woman getting abused is 29%, while as for a man, it's 10%. None of this 40% bullshit MRAs I've been trying to get you to believe. But why is female rape...
Okay, Sloth, here's the thing. You can just throw that fucking statistic around all you want. It's not going to change the fact that even if it... We all know that it doesn't happen nearly as much
What'd he
as
say?
female rape. We all know that. And we probably know that that statistic, the 40% thing, is bullshit
MRAs I've
anyway.
been trying to get you to
But
believe.
the thing is that that's not the issue. The issue, like I said before, is that it's not discussed enough. And I just love how you're just conveniently avoiding that and just trying to make up this fucking bullshit and just strawman the entire argument. It's amazing.
Is he talking about rape statistics?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
In fact,
What about...
I will
Hang on, he
provide
didn't bring something up. What about prison rape? Because that's mostly
never
men, and
for the
that
most part,
goes
that's
mostly
never
unreported.
actually,
That goes mostly
brought up.
unreported. He doesn't take that into account.
Yeah, and I'm gonna post a link to the statistics. Oh damn it! Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason the phrase "don't drop the soap" exists.
Yeah. Okay, now I got. Okay, here we go. Let me get the Okay, so yeah, this is the statistics that Sloth is referring to. In fact, I don't even know. In fact, I think this might actually be biased. I don't know. Yeah, probably not, but still. Yeah, are you looking at the source that he's referring to?
No, I'm not. I don't have his description up because I'm playing it.
No,
through
I
the
actually
media
just
player.
posted the link that he was referring to in that section
Oh,
in the
okay,
Skype
cool.
chat.
One sec.
Hold on.
Rain.org.
Yes, you want to show a screenshot of that?
Yeah, one sec. I'll have it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just... Here we go. Here we go. Here's the statistics. Yeah, I'll just have that up there for a second. 1 out of every 6 American women, 17.7 million American women.
Wait, is this shown on the
Have been-
share screen?
No, it's not.
Wait, do you
It's
think we
just on the
should
stream.
show that, or
It's on the stream.
it's on the stream?
Yeah, it's showing up on the stream, not the share screen. The share screen is my media player.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So, but it's still shown the media player in the cast itself. So,
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to this.
But why is female rape and abuse taken more seriously outside of the fact that it happens more? Well, it affects them more. Naturally, women aren't as strong as men are. Don't get the wrong idea. I know plenty
That's weird. Keeps like pausing and then not playing.
of girls who can kick my ass. But men typically are stronger, and so their
But I thought that only men were built for war.
damage output is significantly
I know,
more
but,
than a woman.
But typically, men are stronger. I'm like, so you're saying that women are typically weaker than men? Okay. I get you, Sloth. I get you.
I thought he was for empowerment of women. Why is
Yeah,
he
I
calling
know,
him weak?
and he's trying to say that generally speaking, men are stronger than women. I'm like, yeah.
Also,
that can be considered sexist.
Also, isn't physical power isn't like the only thing. There's also like emotional power and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you could say, generally speaking, women are better at that.
Yes, but even then, we can still argue that a Sloth's word in here is absolute shit. Which, given that this is Sloth we're talking about, is anybody really surprised?
Not me. And he's not using a script. I don't think so. That only helps it. That only helps his eloquent fucking speech here. Jesus.
Not to mention, women also have to worry about getting pregnant and whatnot. Then they'll have to either abort the fetus and get shamed as a baby killer, or they have to raise a kid that they didn't even want. Another thing they like to bring up is the minuscule amount of men's shelters compared to all the women's shelters.
Oh, his reasoning here is fucking rock solid.
You know, it just dawned on me. Men's shelters are actually fucking everywhere. Seriously, look around you.
Yeah,
They're everywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking around Asheville, North Carolina right now, and I haven't seen a goddamn male shelter. What the hell are you talking about?
What the fuck is he talking about? What does he mean?
Your guess is as good as mine, Raccoon.
I don't know.
If they mean specifically for rape and abuse, well, again, women suffer from it more, so it only makes sense that more women shelter.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying that from an emotional and psychological perspective, women suffer from it far more than men do. And you don't even... Oh, yeah, I would love to see your source. Oh, wait, you don't source it. You just source this piece of shit article about women custody with Kim Kardashian.
Even if we're gonna give him that, though, that doesn't mean, like, it still happens. Even, like, according to his own statistics, it still happens. So there should at least be some. I haven't heard of any men's rape shelters. I've seen like videos by Tilder and people who have shown that they couldn't find such a thing at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I just love how oh my god, I don't know if I brought this up in my commentary on him or not, but he just says shit without actually backing it up with evidence.
Yeah.
And then that's all he does.
I think this is where he makes the fucking car crash analogy. That's amazing. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
For abuse and rape would exist. You wouldn't barge into a seminar about car crashes being the #1 killer of teenagers and scream, "People die in plane crashes too!"
No, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't think about people that die in plane crashes at all, that there shouldn't be a seminar on plane crashes, that shouldn't exist.
Be discussed.
Oh, you cut
as
out.
much as car crashes. Are you shitting me, Sloth? Like, this is so dumb.
There's also a reason that less people die in plane crashes, because there's less fucking planes in the air than there are cars on the road, you idiot.
He wouldn't have made the video if he wasn't. And he wouldn't have made that Lacy Green video if he wasn't. And he wouldn't have made that Amazing Atheist video if he wasn't.
Oh, man.
Because not only is it insensitive, but because plane crashes don't happen all that much as opposed to car crashes. MRAs like to say...
Something is insensitive. Yes, makes an insensitive remark about how plane crashes don't happen that much, so it's not
what
even
if
comparable.
during a seminar on car
that's
crashes...
fantastic.
What if... hang on. What if in a seminar of people dying in car crashes, someone brought up someone dying in a plane crash? That wouldn't be, not like in a rude way, just, bringing it up. That wouldn't be considered fucking offensive. They'd be able to relate to that, probably. So what's your fucking point?
Yeah. And then the seminar ends with a car crashing into the seminar and everything blows up. The end.
Oh man.
Yeah, Sloth boy, you're really proven to be a really nice guy.
Yes, I know.
Are usually told to suck it up or deal with it when they're abused. Yet they'll try and justify when a woman is raped at the classic, "Hey, she was asking for it." Well,
how many people have actually fucking said that? Because I haven't heard it a lot. It's
retarded men, but that's about it.
I've heard it a lot less than people have actually tried to make it out to me.
Would literally say that outside of a joke.
I know people use that as an excuse, but I don't think as much as people say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are some retarded men who say
there definitely are, and I think there was some court cases
for example,
or some
he's
shit
the only person that I remember
where people try to make that
trying
argument.
to say that. But, that's about it in my personal experience. So, yeah. Yeah, and a few other idiotic men that Mr. Repsion covered in the past when he was this angry atheist, but that was a while back, like 2012, 2013. So yeah.
I kind of lost my respect for Mr. Repsion when he did the thing where he bitched out on vegan gains, but that's a different story.
Fine. Well, then MRAs.
That was just didn't vegan gains?
It was on Drunken Peasants. They got vegan gains on, and he was trying to debate Mr. Repsion, and he was in the chat, but he wouldn't. That was fucking stupid.
And wasn't he in some kind of drama with I Must Destroy All? I could be wrong, but I think I Must Destroy All got into hot water with this rant on him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really watch Mr. Repsion that often. I mean, I don't really watch him as much as I used to because he's gotten really, really boring.
Yeah, and I think his constant jump cuts and shit are annoying, and he doesn't know how to edit audio, so where it doesn't sound like he takes a different take every 5 words. It's pretty annoying to me. But anyway, back on topic.
And it's you now.
Yeah.
What was it? Which brings us to custody battles. Oh, I cannot wait for this.
This one is fantastic, guys. If you thought the other ones were amazingly well-constructed arguments, this is going to be by far the best constructed argument in the entire goddamn video. Like, holy fucking shit.
MRAs love throwing this one around.
Yeah?
Yeah, another point that I brought up in my commentary. Yeah, you sure that this isn't like an indirect comment, like an indirect response to that section of my commentary, Sloth? And do you want to own up to that?
No, he's...
Anyway, I'm gonna post the
He's
link to this
repsing on
source,
your vegan gains. He's bitching out on you. He's not gonna call you out to your face.
Yeah,
maybe because you're part of BOP and you're on the list of people who never commented on.
I don't know.
See if he'll call out me because I'm not a BOP member. So there's that.
Maybe
he probably call you out, sure, but
you know what? I'm gonna keep. I'm every once in a while I'm gonna keep pushing the fucking envelope until he wants to commentate on us. I'm gonna keep pushing it. I want to ruin his list.
Yes, we should absolutely do that. That would be amazing.
I'm going to. I might make him. I'm gonna try to get him to come on and debate or something. That'd be amazing. Yeah, you want to come on the show, Sloth? You have an open fucking invitation.
Absolutely worship this one. So, misandry must exist since men hardly win full custody of their kids. Well, no, it doesn't. First, let's dive on the whole notion that women are to raise the kids. Something MRAs are very pleased with subjecting women to forever. But with that in mind, you can't bitch at how misandry is running rampant when you yourselves have agreed that women are supposed to raise their kids, and that is their only place in life.
What the fuck are you basing that on? Like, seriously, who the hell is saying that? Like, I'm really interested in seeing who you think
MRAs, Reddit,
are saying this. Are
MRAs.
you saying that these old farts from like the 1950s are saying this? Because if you're basing it on that, then well,
No, he's referring to the mystical boogeyman of MRAs. Just just all of them. It's just a big cloud of misogyny that says things that Sloth doesn't like and can refer to in his videos to make him sound smart.
Which is obviously a lie. A lot of these morons like to say that the father should win full custody since he goes to work. That's bullshit. You can be as rich as you like. If you're a shit dad to your...
Who's saying that? First of all, who's saying that? And second, that way to completely shove the actual issue at hand under the rug, because if you were to actually present this argument in an honest way, then the actual argument that people, when they bring this up, they're saying that this is a problem because it's clear that the U.S. courts are very, very biased towards women, and it shows because women almost always win the custody battles for their kids, even if they're not the most fit to care for the children, and the father is probably more fit.
Yeah, and also I like how he doesn't like using terms like patriarchy, but he has no fucking problem putting images of saying fuck the patriarchy on the screen. Way to stick to your principles.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ.
It burns.
Kids better kiss them goodbye because they're going with mommy. Also, where the kids live is usually dependent on what they want. So if more kids want to live with
it's depending on what the judge fucking wants, you stupid.
Then dad must have done fucked up, didn't he? The worst statistic is that women will win 86% of custody battles. Not true. It's actually 54%.
Yes, it is. Shut your damn mouth. Well, actually, it's probably more than that. But I don't know.
I know,
that's probably
but not nearly as much as that
know.
disgusting exaggeration that MRAs came up with. In fact, women are actually losing custody battles a lot more in recent years. And statistics show that a woman losing her child is a lot more traumatic than it is for a man.
Now it's time for that link that I posted in the Skype chat. You want to take a look at that, Ski?
Sure.
Oh, about that Karen Martin
thing?
and
you know what the best part about that link is? It's a link for a UK site. In other words, this doesn't apply to the US.
Oh,
that's great.
Oh, you're right. I see.
Yeah, remember how I was saying
wait a
that
minute.
there was a bunch of Kim Kardashian
So he cites US
articles here?
Wait, so he's citing US statistics? I hate that word. I can't say it. Is he citing US statistics? Fuck. I'm just going to say stats because fuck. Oh my god.
Yes,
he cites US stats and then he cites UK stats. That's kind of fucking inconsistent.
Yeah, I know. I love how
what country is he talking about?
To the US, and he brings up, and not only that, but Ski, are you looking at this? Looking at all these goddamn articles that's on the side where it's just a bunch of Kim Kardashian articles and
oh my god.
So this is a pretty oh my god, respected journalist site, ethical.
Yeah, I know, and just the word female, I'm like, this is a bias as hell site, isn't it?
I'll put this website up one sec. On the stream.
Because Sloth, word of advice, if you're gonna make a claim like this, actually try to bring up, a legitimate statistics site or, a legitimate article from a legitimate source and not this fucking piece of shit gossip site.
Let me see this.
Especially one that doesn't actually help your argument because the fact that it takes place in another country, like aka the country that you're not referring to, considering that you're mainly referring to the US.
So if people want to pause and read it, they can. But we're gonna move the fuck on because I don't want to sit through that article.
Yeah, that article's a piece of shit. It's biased bullshit, which is ironic because it's like, oh yeah, these people are listing off biased shit and yet.
Well, it's Sloth. What else is he gonna link?
Yeah, I know. And
He's
he only
gonna link
links like
everything that
3
reflects
freaking
himself.
sources.
Into, which is
And I
understandable.
love how like there's only like one legitimate source that he brings up, and it's like this statistic on rape and it's abuse. I'm sorry, and it's the hotline.org, and even then he doesn't actually bring it up. So pretty arbitrary, if you ask me.
Most women endure years of counseling to cope with not being with their kids. Now, MRAs are going to say that it's all about legality and not personal feelings. But if we ignore personal feelings of the individual, then is it not socialism?
What? What even was that?
Wait, rewind that because I
don't know what.
think I
don't know what that was.
Trying to say.
Okay,
I don't
know
everyone
what that was either.
be quiet, shut the fuck up, and let's listen to his eloquent argument right here. Okay.
And not personal feelings. But if we ignore personal feelings of the individual, then is it not socialism?
Okay, so here's his argument. So if we ignore personal feelings of the individual, the socialism?
What?
Good point, Sloth.
No.
I never thought about that. When to fucking talk?
What did I
What does that even
today?
mean? What does socialism have to do with anything?
Considering that all this video is based on his thoughts, personal feelings about
Such a
MRAs
retard.
and feminism.
It does make you wonder what was Sloth smoking when he made that point.
I don't know.
Probably weed mixed with blue meth.
It sounds like he's unscripted. Oh.
He is.
Yeah, he is. That's why Fuck the Patriarchy is on our screen right now.
You know, to rebut your amazing point, Sloth. Communism. Get fucking wrecked.
Nazis get wrecked.
Nazis. The Nazis. The North Korea.
Jim Kong.
The
Him and his
Obama.
Bowl cut hair.
That's Fox News, though. So.
Yeah, he's Fox News. He's like,
we all know
Let's talk
how
about the last
incredible Fox
M-
News
he's
MRA
like,
is.
argument
building
in a
around.
minute.
He's like, fuck it, we'll do it live. I'll write it down and
Oh,
we'll do
that
it live.
clip is
Do it live.
It sucks. I wish I could scream right now, but
Play
my
us
mom
out. What does that mean? Play us out.
Right here. This one is about homicide rates between men and women. So as it turns out, men are more likely to be murdered than women are, just even though women are more likely to be threatened with.
Hang on, does my soundboard still work?
Oh,
it doesn't.
What is,
One sec.
yeah, no.
Here we go.
So Sloth, you're saying that men are murdered, yet women are threatened. Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
What does that have? Yeah, I don't know
You know,
either.
here's
Because
my
he's
argument.
not scripting his shit.
Not to mention, it's like, I don't recall any men's rights activists making this kind of point, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Well,
And
here's,
going
here's
back-
Shit out of his ass to make him look like he's right. When in actuality, he's really not.
Yeah, and going back, how does that tie into socialism or whatever?
Yeah, I already addressed that. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, so
Yeah, nobody knows what he was talking about. It's just like a big fat fucking.
I think
what
we can
the
end
fuck.
that argument on this note.
Don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Frogs!
It turned the friggin' frogs gay. I love that clip.
Oh my god! Hey, Ski. You know what we should do? We should
What?
like link this stream to Sloth and like.
Yeah, that's
be like,
what I'm
"Hey,
gonna do. I'm gonna send this to him.
Yes, let's send it to him, man. That would be amazing.
Should we link him
so
to
he
it
can-
right now?
so he
I
can
don't-
watch
I don't
us
know if
steer his
he'll-
point down.
I'll have to link it to him after. I don't know if he'll actually.
Oh.
I don't think he'll read his like PMs or whatever in between when we do the stream. I don't know.
If you want, I
Yeah.
could post it as like a comment on his
Yeah,
video
you
we're
can,
talking
yeah,
about now.
sure. You can do that.
Okay,
Or
okay.
you can, or that's what I'm probably gonna do right now. I'm probably gonna link the stream
yeah.
that's going up right now, and then go to ask.fm, and then I don't know. We'll
he
try
can.
it.
If not, he can watch the stream when it turns into a video. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
This one
already send it to him.
Okay.
depends on human nature. And despite how hard MRAs and feminists try, you can't change human nature. You can't stop a guy who wants to kill. That's just a cold hard truth.
Yeah, you can. It's called mental health counseling, called fucking
Therapy.
fucking
Therapy,
like locking him up somewhere, keeping him from fucking killing people.
Yeah.
You basically
Oh my god,
Or,
house arrest.
Jail. Oh wait,
Oh
no,
my
jail still
God.
has
You're a
rape and
fucking
prison
idiot.
At the same time, it's like freaking stab him with a toothbrush.
So, was this about men getting murdered more? And his response is, well, you can't stop men from killing people, so...
Okay, fantastic. How does
You can't
that
stop
help you?
terrorism from happening, so you shouldn't take any preventative measures. You can't stop it. You can't stop school shootings. You can't stop women being raped.
you can't stop
You like
acting.
my amazing podcast?
True. The only way to fix this is to kill more women, which obviously shouldn't happen. This argument is usually used as a straw man, so the potential feminist who gets this argument thrown at her can say, well, men are supposed to take the pain for women. A notion that I'm admittedly okay with. The thing is, the criminal code is that you never target women and children.
If men sacrifice themselves for women, that's okay. But when women sacrifice themselves for men, it's like, oh shit, that's fucking sexist. That's fucking patriarchy. That's misogyny. Like fuck that, man.
Christ, he's going with that route.
Oh wait, what route is it? Is it in reference to Oh god, that Tumblr thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not your job to entertain him by sending him nudes. It's not your job to satisfy him sexually because he's horny, and you're not required to do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you don't want to do. Don't be scared of losing him. He most likely wasn't anything worth keeping. Girls need to be taught this from such an early age. A bony is... Did I just say a bony? A bony.
Yeah,
Boney.
You know what, let's just go with it anyway, just for the sake of humor. A bony is not a medical condition.
Redden
You
has
are
a
under
bony.
no obligation to do anything. What the hell is this in reference to? I'm so glad that I have no context to what the hell this is in reference to at all, and he just arbitrarily posted this.
Alright. Here we go.
Well,
the product
put it
of-
in his video, not post it. But anyway, go
of a
on.
man.
That is shit.
Just like all the other problems MRAs talk about, this is a result of men. But now MRAs want to pin this on feminists even though they had nothing to do with it. It's like how women...
Maybe they're... He never did he ever say them pinning it on feminists? Maybe they were just pointing out an issue that happens that's primarily with men. Not necessarily saying it's feminists' fault. And he never really cites any MRAs saying it's feminists' fault, so...
And he never
What the
cites
fuck?
any MRAs actually saying anything that he's saying.
No,
that the MRAs
they
are
just...
saying.
He cites... No, he cites his amazing memes, though. His memes.
Yeah, he's like
His
they're
fuck
all
the
meme-tastic
patriarchy.
though, but they don't help your argument, Sloth. So
you know,
yeah.
and his socialism. So you know, we should all shut up.
Women are more
Yeah.
susceptible to health problems despite their standard of living being higher than a man's. And to be frank, I'm seeing a lot of women getting murdered lately. In fact, a while ago, I read an article of an MRA murdering a feminist. Tell me, is men's rights still a movement you want to support?
You read an article of one solitary incident
okay,
that
let me
happened.
link you.
Oh
I
my-
already got rid of. I already X out of it. Yeah, let me bring that up. That video up again, and someone will actually left a comment calling him out on that shit, saying, "Source, please. What are you sourcing, man?" Like, let me put the video in the description here, and you'll see that response of it.
I see it. Bane666AU says, MRA murdering a feminist? Details? Citations?
What does he say?
He was asking for, details on,
Did Sloth
the
reply?
actual thing. Oh, excuse my wording in the video. She wasn't killed by an MRA. An MRA blogger victim
Oh.
blamed her for injury. Here's the
What?
article. I couldn't-
Oh.
What?
Oh yeah, and here's what Bane said. He doesn't claim to be an MRA, nor does he advocate for men's rights, nor does the article you link claim he was an MRA. So it's strange that you would claim that he was. Yeah, and I actually looked at this, and Bane is completely, totally, 100% right. Nowhere in that article does it specifically say, and that's actually amazing to me. despite considering that this is actually a very, very biased source in of itself, because at the very bottom of that link that Sloth provides, it says any comments made by trolls or MRAs is going to get blocked or is going to get deleted, and you're going to get blocked.
Oh,
and it's
damn.
like, yeah, you totally got Bane, and then Bane came back and broke your back. So but no,
I like to see him block the stream.
But yeah, no,
though.
as I was saying, despite the clear bias, despite the fact that this is clearly an SJW site, it surprisingly doesn't claim that this guy is an MRA. So even though it fails on two levels. One, it doesn't claim that he's an MRA, and two, it's actually an SJW site. So good fucking job, Sloth.
Yeah. I'm just gonna save Sloth the trouble and get this out there. I'm sexist against both men and women, and I'm an evil MRA Satanist Nazi sympathizer. So just saving you the trouble there, Sloth.
Yeah,
because I know you're probably gonna say it.
Hitler was my best gay friend, and then those
I know,
bigoted
right?
Americans drove him to suicide.
Dude, Hitler gives mean head. You have no idea.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Hitler may not be a perfect guy, but when you actually get to know him,
I don't know.
He's kind of cool. He's kind of like Evan. Like
He's not a
everybody
bad
needs
guy.
to leave Evan alone and just and Evan's not a bad guy. Just like Hitler's not a bad guy. And no, I'm not trying to compare Evan to Hitler. Please don't say that, literally.
You just compared Evan to Hitler. That's just pretty funny. Oh, this is a great stream.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yes, I was referencing him. So what? Maybe he is as bad as Hitler.
What's up with five fucking people left? Come on, this is a good stream. Fucking assholes.
Oh, there's 16 on where I'm at.
Yeah, now there's 16.
Yeah, there's 16.
Come on. You're doing good. Nothing's falling apart. That's a good sign.
I could go on, but I think I'll spare you
now.
guys as much. I'm glad I got this out of the way, and hopefully my drought of commentary material won't last too long. Thanks for watching. Slothboy over and out.
Am I the only one that cringes whenever he says Sloth over and out, or here I'm Sloth reported for duty?
Oh,
doesn't
what's
that
this
make
video?
you guys cringe at all?
Not watching that.
Yes. So do we have any final thoughts on that video before we move on to the next video?
It's fucking dumb. That's my
It
final
was
thoughts.
wrong. Like,
It was
really
bad.
wrong.
It was really, really dumb.
Yeah, I do have a bit to say about this video. This video, I actually do think legitimately is an indirect response to that section in my commentary, like you brought up, Michael.
But it's just sort of like a bitchy, not actually mentioning you kind of response.
Yeah, I know, but it's just saying, oh, these are like these stupid MRAs. I'm like, oh, so you're calling me a stupid MRA since you're actually indirectly referring to me. Oh, fantastic. That's just great, man.
Oh, and also we have the Lacy Green commentary I was mentioning.
Yeah, and but yeah, and another thing that I want to say is that this video proves that you do not take in feedback at all, because if you actually took in feedback, you would have stayed the fuck away from this topic, and yeah, would have stayed the fuck away from this rant. In general, if you actually regretted what you said, and if you actually regretted that Amazing Atheist video, because you essentially made the exact same mistakes that you made in that MRA rant that you did in the Amazing Atheist video. So really, that video almost like that convinces me that you don't really take in feedback. And if that doesn't convince me, this next video on Lazy Green probably will. So yeah, let's watch that.
Before we begin, I would say it's just like what I said in my first commentary on Boobop 1987, saying if you don't learn from your mistakes, you are doomed to repeat them.
Yeah, and he keeps saying, oh my god, I regret doing this, and it's like, okay, you regret doing it, so why do you keep doing it? It's a legitimate question. Why do you keep doing it, Sloth? I don't get it. I don't get how you keep making these mistakes over and over again. But yeah, let's move on.
Okay. I was just typing in the chat.
Yes. I'm gonna go to my ask.fm to see if he actually responded.
Take your time. So far, it doesn't seem like he responded to my comment.
Okay. But yeah, now we have Sloth's magnum opus, the commentary on WarCorpse.
I actually.
Oh shit! Fucking
Sorry.
shitty music.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
that
that
was
Bullet
loud.
for My Valentine. I mean, I like Bullet for My Valentine generally, but that is by far one of their weakest songs, and it's because of how extremely generic it is.
To me, it sounds like shitty radio alt rock. All the same shit.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, here's
And that's
his intro.
actually, and I think it's from the Poison, their first album with Tears Don't Fall, and that's actually a really good album overall because but that's actually by far one of their weaker tracks on that album,
It sounds
mainly
like-
because
it
it's,
sounds
it,
like,
like you said, it sounds like generic ass rock garbage.
like Linkin Park or some shit. I don't know. That's
Well,
my
Linkin
go.
Park actually does try a little bit, but
Yeah,
yeah,
not
like you
always
said.
though. Not by a long shot. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, I hope we don't get flagged for this shit.
We're not gonna get flagged, but that'd be funny if Slothboy flagged us for hey, you took my song.
Okay.
Stop it.
But yeah, the music's over. You can unplug your ears now.
What up, fellas? This is Slothboy494 here, and I'm reporting for duty. It's
Shut
been
your
some
fucking
time
mouth,
since I've
Sloth.
used Lara
That
as an
is
avatar
so
for one of my
damn
commentaries,
cringe-inducing.
hasn't it?
You have no
Well,
idea
she's
how
back today.
cringe-inducing that is, and it's clear that he's trying to emulate my introduction and outro.
Oh crap! We got ourselves a general over here.
And I'm commentating on a guy named WarCorpse666, an obvious MRA. He didn't respond to Lacy's latest video.
Obvious MRA. I love how you're labeling him as an obvious MRA, even though he brings up some pretty legitimate points, even if they're not argued in the best way. Fantastic, Sloth. Fantastic.
On feminism in horror films. Now, the first thing I want to say before I start the comm is that I'm not going to be speaking directly about men's rights in this
I
video.
want to point out I've seen a few of WarCorpse's videos, and he is a retard, but
Yeah, he is a retard.
and
Video
he's
of
one of
his
those like
He's like called a
hardcore.
dusty retard. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, he's like a hardcore anti-SJW. He goes too far with it to where he sounds pretty retarded sometimes, but Sloth isn't much better. So
Yeah.
The only video of Warp forgot his username. I'm sorry.
WarCorpse.
Just say 666.
Yeah, the only video of his I recall seeing was, I believe, on the That Guy with the Glasses, Indiegogo, back when that was still relevant.
Yeah,
But
I saw one on Nostalgia Critic being an SJW.
I
Apparently.
didn't see that one. Oh,
What?
I did.
Wait, was this?
I was
let me
planning
guess.
on like
20 bucks says
commentating on
it's
it or
in reference
something.
to Mad Max Fury Road, isn't it?
No, it was his
His
review of Jupiter something. I don't know.
Jupiter Ascending.
Ascending.
Yeah,
Oh my!
Jupiter
he
What?
said he
Really?
called him an
So
SJW
not-
over that
So
because he made some jokes about
wait, how's
MRAs in it or
that-
something,
how
and he
is
didn't
that-
really
how
he didn't
does
really
that become
outline
an
the jokes.
SJW? I have what?
He didn't really talk about what the jokes actually were, so we could or play a clip so we could get a grip on what he was actually talking about. So I don't even know if how accurate that is, but anyway.
Yeah.
I
If
do
you want my
remember that
act-
Jupiter Ascending review being kind of boring though.
I don't
I've-
watch his reviews anymore because they're
I
boring in
rarely
general,
watch his
and
game
they drag on forever.
Yeah, I think that's my
His
biggest
older
problem
shit
with
was
South Trek
not
nowadays.
nearly as long because he didn't pad it to fucking oblivion, and it was way better.
If you want, I was gonna say if you
Oh
want.
yeah, If you actually watch his most recent reviews, it's like he
Yeah.
actually referenced that, and he's like, "Oh
He
yeah,
made-
I evolved, guys. My style evolved, guys." I'm like,
No, it didn't. It
The
devolved.
one review of Nostalgia Critic I think was padded to
He made-
hell was his Man of Steel review. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, was that the one with Angry Joe?
Yeah.
Yes,
that
it
one was
that was
boring.
the one.
That one was boring. And he had a review of Pixels where the entire fucking movie he acted it out in his shitty like demo reel style skit. That was the worst thing ever. I hated that. That drove me fucking insane. I couldn't sit through the whole thing. Ugh.
I sat through the first episodes of Demo Reel when that was a thing.
Imagine like modern
that was
Nostalgia Critic and demo reel combined. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
actual opinion on men's rights, I have a video that
I love
goes
how
into
we just talked about the Nostalgia Critic. That's so hilarious that we just talked about the Nostalgia Critic and like, oh wait, what? Who are we doing? Oh yeah, Sloth. Hi, Sloth.
oh yeah, Sloth.
Yeah, you're still
he
fucking
exists.
stupid.
Yeah.
detail about that, which I've linked in the description. So now that we're all locked and loaded, let's watch.
Ouch, the edge.
Anyway,
No kidding.
Why? I want to point this out. Why does he have so many fucking clocks? Why does he have? He has clocks for every location, the time of every. What's the point of that?
Maybe
He's not a
because it's a
time
hobby
thief.
of his. I don't know.
It's
Maybe he just
it's
wants
Maybe
to
fucking
he's
stupid
obsessed
stupid
with
eye.
time.
Maybe-
Who knows?
Or maybe he
WarCorpse is
just
actually
wants
a
it to
time
look like
lord.
a legitimate business when it just no.
We're tracking the time in Tokyo. We're doing trade negotiation with Tokyo. I'm gonna import. No, I'm gonna.
I love
I'm
how
gonna
you
do it.
freaking reference.
I'm
you
gonna
managed to
import
get a
all their-
freaking
I'm
Star
gonna-
Wars reference in there.
Yeah, no,
He could
dude.
be like the White
dude.
Rabbit where he's always late.
I'm going for a vote of no confidence. I'm gonna import all their hentai in bulk. I need 50 shipments of body pillows delivered to my doorstep. Get with the president of Japan.
Speaking of which, does this guy just look like he would fap to like Spirited Away hentai or what?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Let's move on. Before-
Anyway,
Whoa.
this shit is way funnier than like the Death Battle knockoffs. You can just point out stuff on the wall and make fun of it. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back to that shit.
Oh wait, no, cool.
They're not a good source
cool
of comedy.
I bet he's a fan of Michael Bay because of his shirt.
Coors Light?
Or is it Bud Light? I don't know.
No, it says Coors Light. Anyway.
Coors Light. Anyway, either way.
Feminism and horror.
Oh, he's doing the Undertaker freak style of just playing the audio, sort of shitty sounding audio into his microphone from the speakers. I hate that shit.
Hi, babes. Okay, I know it's not Halloween yet.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. You're
Yeah,
one of those
Sloth is right
fuckheads
here.
who, instead of using a video downloader, just plays the video in the background.
Skipping this.
Talk of save lives. I also thought it'd be very fitting because all
Whoa,
those
wait,
sex
no,
questions
no,
y'all sent me-
I want to say one thing about it. I love how you bring that up and say, wow, you should have just downloaded the video. It's not that hard. I'm like, yeah, just like it's not that hard for you to download it and then place that in place of the
That's a
video
good point.
that's playing
That
in the
is a good
background.
point.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
just shows how lazy you are, Sloth.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a good
so why
point.
are you complaining if you're just gonna let him? If you're just not even gonna do anything about it? So
Yeah,
good job.
true.
You're just as lazy as he is.
ages ago are now being answered on the field. The new show with astronauts wanted and I wanted.
Because it's kind of hard to
I don't
hear.
really know if I trust sex opinions by A, a
It's actually a
feminist,
little bit
B,
too
a
loud.
Oh, well.
fucking condom angel, C, some dumb fucking four-eyed fake-titted twat.
Well, she knows way more about sex than you know about anything. And you're ugly as fuck, so I would've-
Oh,
Rick.
burn, sick buyers, man.
Those are the greatest.
I bet next he's gonna call her the amazing fucktard. call
Shots
him,
fired.
call him the
Boy.
fucktard corpse, the faggot
Or the
corpse,
amazing fuck boy.
the amazing fuck boy.
Boy.
don't worry about getting laid or anything like that if I was you.
Other awesome YouTube ladies are on it. So I'll check it
No
out.
getting laid joke. Yeah, you show him, Sloth. You freaking
You know what this
show him.
WarCorpse guy reminds me of?
I don't know
He
the
remi-
freaking look that he has. It's like he,
Yeah.
he heard
That's
it
my
said it.
reaction to Sloth's video.
No, just look at this guy's face because it just looks like that he
You know
heard
this-
what I said.
You know what this guy reminds me of? He reminds
Who?
me of that slightly livid gaming guy. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
That's who he reminds me of. His voice and like the way he talks. It really reminds me of him.
Oh, Sloth.
What? No,
Wait, are we talking-
the WarCorpse. He reminds me of slightly livid gaming. The way he talks and his voice and his
Okay.
neck beardiness.
Yes, his neck
Probably rather
beardiness,
have
just
my
like I'm doing.
goddamn dick licked by a blue whale than check that shit out.
Are you gonna do anything besides be a nitpicky douchebag? I'm waiting for you to say something intelligent, but being that you're drinking a beer in the midst
of Sloth. Now please sit your ass back down.
Of this, I'm not going to hold my breath on it.
I'm not sure if I've ever told you that I'm a really big fan of horror. Like, it's kind of a problem. I just think it's such an interesting genre. It provides this unique look into what people's anxieties and fears are all throughout film history. So today I'm going to talk about 3 months
Get
phase.
to the point!
She's doing that right now, you dumbass motherfucker! How about you actually listen to her instead of acting like you're being held at gunpoint to watch this?
16.
Oh, and I remember at this part, like, let's continue because I think that she does the absolute opposite of that and she doesn't actually get to the point, but let's watch.
Kind of feminist-y themes. The Shining is obviously about like a haunted hotel, bloody twins, and creepy
Doesn't sound like it.
young lady.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound like she's getting to the point, Sloth.
No, that's kind of not what it's about.
Abusive relationship. Part of what's
There is no abusive relationship in The Shining. You can make the argument in Krubeck's version a little bit.
Krubeck.
But not in the book.
Kubrick.
The Shining is about a hotel that possesses Jack Torrance, so he goes from being a loving husband who did have rage issues to a fucking lunatic. Jack sacrifices himself to save his... spoiler. What? Oh, God. Did you go to the Anita Sarkeesian School of Reviewing Shit, Lacy?
You literally just said that Jack had rage issues and later turned psychotic. One could argue that, yes, those are the telltale signs of an abusive relationship.
Well, maybe you could maybe you could show like a scene from the movie where there's abuse that happens.
Not an abusive relationship.
I've never seen The Shining. But, you know what would help his fucking point? Maybe if he found a scene from the movie where there's actually abuse happening and use it to bolster his fucking point, because I haven't watched The Shining and I have no idea what either of them are talking about. That might have helped.
Actually, it's when he gets more psychotic. In The Shining, he gets more verbally abusive, but I wouldn't... but... As you can, if you watch the beginning of the film, it's not really an abusive relationship, at the beginning. And then, even when he's starting to get more psychotic, it doesn't really turn into an abusive relationship. It's just him becoming psychotic because of the cursed hotel. So, no.
Yeah.
Sloth boy, shut up.
And there's one comment in the street that's kind of funny from one Sonic guy saying, "Oh God, it's Time Man. Where's Mega Man when you need him?" In response to WarCorpse.
And since Lacy is probably talking about the movie, since more people have seen that, it's more evident that Jack was a huge dick to his wife in the events of the movie.
But she's never really specific about it, and I think later, from what WarCorpse said, she sort of suggests she's talking about the Lifetime version of The Shining that no one liked, from what I can understand. So,
or you mean the television version that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that version.
I watched Nostalgia Critic's review of it, and that's pretty much all I know.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of that review too. It's been a long time since I saw it.
Yeah.
Himself to save her.
Ouch. Yeah.
To me, the hotel itself is a metaphor for the trapped, isolated feelings of being in an abusive relationship.
What movie did we watch? Did we watch both Shinings? Did you just pick the Lifetime version of The Shining?
Holy fucking shit, were you listening? She said that to her. The hotel was a metaphor that being in an abusive relationship can make you feel...
That's not what he was fucking talking about, you idiot!
That's not what he was saying.
He was talking about what version of The Shining she was talking about.
Yes, Sloth. Aren't you listening?
Yeah.
Apparently he's not.
Yeah, and it
That's not what he was talking
shows
about.
that he's being absolutely freaking biased.
What version of The Shining are you talking about?
Video.
Were you listening? She was talking about how the hotel was a metaphor. That's not what he was fucking referring to. He wasn't arguing that.
He was asking what version was she talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually just about to bring that up right as you paused the video.
Yeah.
So yeah, since that point doesn't work, let's skip it.
Yep.
Feel trapped in your own personal hell. And since you yourself said that there's malevolent spirits in the hotel, everyone is out to get you. You legit just proved
abuse are Wendy's own personal presence.
He didn't, because that's not his argument. Jesus.
Yeah. He proved his own point wrong by focusing on a completely different point than he was talking about.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
King has actually criticized Stanley Kubrick for Wendy's on-screen character. He said she's one of the most misogynistic characters ever put on film. She's basically just there to scream and be stupid, and that's not the woman that I wrote about. A lot of
King has criticized that version of the that movie since it came out. He even went and
So yeah, she is talking about the Lifetime version of The Shining, not the Kubrick version like Sloth was talking about, and he didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, good job.
Good job.
produced his own version of The Shining, which by the way sucked ass. It starred that cocksucker from fucking Wings.
I think this is where Sloth completely misses the point again.
He has always hated that version. And granted, it does stray very far from the book. Oh, by the way, just point of fact, King fucked his own version's ending up. It's just, God, King's hated that for years.
You're a special brand of fucktard, aren't you? If you were even paying attention...
What an insult.
Sloth
Which
Boy,
is-
the master of insults.
Yeah, and I just love how this is like by far the most overused screenshot whenever he tries to use an insult or he's just showing his anger. Like, has anybody noticed that he likes to use this particular screenshot a lot whenever he does that?
This is his fucktard face. It looks kind of funny up close because I have it full screen. It looks funny up close. The fucktard face. Anyway.
Evidently is the contrary. Lacy said that Stephen King criticized Wendy.
Wait, didn't you say that Did you say that Sloth ruined Lara Croft?
Yeah, I did. I did. He
Yeah,
did.
he absolutely did.
Yeah.
And
no,
that's why I will never get it on the Xbox One. So.
If I ever play Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm just gonna be thinking of how I'm playing as Sloth the entire time.
Yeah, I know. It's like you just got slothed.
God. It's funny you mentioned that. Another comment.
Someone should make a mod for Tomb Raider. Someone should make a mod for Tomb Raider where he just Lara Croft randomly says "amazing fucktard" all the time.
Yeah, or he goes, "Ooh, you got sloth."
Sloth's fired.
Sloth's fired. Yes. Yes. But no, I actually do
my
plan on
headset
getting
fall off.
Xbox One version. But guess what?
Sloth's fired. I love that.
I am gonna.
You could thank a comment on the podcast for that.
Thank you. Sloth's fired.
Yes. Yes, but no. If I ever get an Xbox One, I'm never getting the Xbox One version of the Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm waiting for the PS4 to come out, or the PS4 version to come out, because I am like, that was just bullshit that they released that for an Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah, I'm waiting for PS4 if I get it.
It's so stupid. It was so pointless. There was no reason for that to happen, and because of that, even if I get an
Microsoft
Xbox One, which I
off.
plan to get one in the next month, I'm never gonna get the Xbox One version of Rise of the Tomb Raider just because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna support that. So I'm just gonna get the PS4 version when it comes out. Because that's the version I actually wanted to play.
Back on topic, though.
For years.
Yes.
You're a special brand of fucktard, aren't you? If you were even paying attention, which it evidently is the contrary, Lacy said that Stephen King criticized Wendy for being a weak and shallow character that was only meant to scream and be stupid. And Lacy then went on to say that Wendy was nothing like King described her as, thus, in her mind, negating his critique. Also, let her finish talking, you shitbag!
Yeah, didn't you have... Wait, is this what you were referring to?
Is he going to show a
Steve?
clip of her saying that, or what?
Also agree that Wendy's really unpalatable, and I even read a few people who said they were rooting for Jack to kill her.
Okay, so why wouldn't he bring up a clip of her negating his point, so that we know that what he's saying isn't bullshit?
Yeah, I know, because as far as I can...
Hey, Sloth, you know there's this thing, it's called a video downloader. You can use it to help prove your point on a video you're talking about, maybe?
Yeah, and also to fix the problem where that you brought up where you said that, oh yeah, you're not even playing the video itself on the video, you're just playing in the background.
she's
Like,
free.
okay, then fix that problem yourself, you stupid lazy fuck.
A lot, but
Trust me,
doesn't
take
make
my
you
word for
stupid.
No, being stupid does. And if you look at Jack Nicholson's and Shelley Duvall's careers after The Shining, Jack is still Oscar worthy, and Shelley Duvall can't get booked at a local playhouse. Why? Well, on the Shining DVD, check out a documentary that's on there. It's a behind-the-scenes look. And you will see Shelley Duvall being the most unprofessional fucking bitch. Why Kruick didn't fire her, I don't know. It's really easy for her to act stupid. Why?
Why can he not pronounce Kubrick? He just said
I don't-
Kubrick. Kubrick.
I don't know, but yeah.
Is it
yeah,
Kru-
but he was
is it
actually getting to a
Krubik
pivotal
or-
point.
is it
Yeah,
is
go
it
back a little
Krubik
bit
or
because
Kurik?
this is actually a pretty pivotal point of the video that he misses, that Sloth misses. So
Kubrick?
go back.
Yeah. Go back where?
Just a few seconds.
Oh, okay.
Why Kruick
Oh, wait a minute. I just missed a blowjob face. God damn it.
didn't fire her?
I noticed it too.
Okay, so that's just as good because that actually looks like a blank.
Someone probably
blowjob
caught
face.
that. They could go back in the stream and screenshot it.
I don't know. It's really easy for her to act stupid. Why? Because she is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I just have one thing to say. What the fuck does this add to the video?
What?
Yeah, and that's virtually it. He doesn't actually expand upon how this doesn't add anything to the video. And
Great.
he was referring to how like people were rooting for Jack, and he was trying to debunk it by saying, "Oh yeah, because she's." I think Lacy was also saying that people were saying that she was a stupid character, and he was saying, "Yeah, the reason why she comes off as stupid is because the actress herself actually is stupid."
Mm-hmm.
Carrie is
Again,
another favorite
ouch,
line.
the
Again, we
edge.
have an abusive
I think my ears are
relationship, this
bleeding.
time between a girl and her religiously fanatical mother. Her mom abuses her for becoming interested in boys and
And the thing is that Sloth didn't clarify this, but we're now on Carrie the film.
Oh.
We're no longer on The Shine.
Nice.
We're on Carrie now.
Yeah.
And
Wait the fuck.
yeah, and Sloth Boy didn't even bring that up. So yeah, good job, Sloth.
Yeah, I like how we can stay on top of that during an unscripted fucking stream where we're just riffing on the video, but he can't do it in a edited, scripted fucking commentary. Great job.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the script, he's a fucking retard.
Kubrick. I love
Krubik. Correct.
period.
I think Krubik is better.
In the famous
Yes.
locker scene, Carrie's schoolmates
Yes, but her mom is supposed to be the villain.
Which was what she is driving at, you fucking idiot! And look at that.
No,
Another argument
she
you had.
wasn't. No,
Not
she
you.
wasn't. You're not listening.
Yeah, I think the Lacy Green, the amazing thing he says about Lacy Green comes up in a sec here.
Bad at
Yes.
also humiliate her for starting her period. But then, Carrie rises up and she exacts her revenge using her newfound powers of womanhood. Stephen King's
She didn't use her newfound powers of womanhood, you dumb, stupid, four-eyed fucking silicone bitch! Jesus
Damn.
Christ, I'm not sure who's being punished more by this video, me or your damn push-up bra!
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Yes.
She uses her powers of telekinesis to kill everyone!
Okay, first he misses the point, and then he says something amazing.
Yes, she does. And you know what killing everyone is? A form of revenge.
That's not what he was fucking talking about.
Yeah,
Lacy said he
because
was using
the power
Lacy
wasn't
said
womanhood. The power was
the powers of
telekinesis.
womanhood. It
Now
wasn't the
you're getting
powers of
out.
womanhood. It was the powers of telekinesis. That was his fucking point.
There's a
Yeah.
huge difference between the two.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess maybe. Well, I don't.
Oh, and
well,
I love this
well,
screenshot
then
as
again-
well because that perfectly illustrates how much of
Then
a
again-
fucktard Sloth
yeah,
is
but-
being right now. Just
yeah, but-
look at freaking Lara Croft. It's like as he's saying this, it's like.
No, Sloth, why are you such a fucking retard? Stop jerking off to me. Anyway,
That's probably
but no,
when he's raising his head up.
well,
and he's
yeah, but to be fair, maybe women do have telekinesis. So none of us are women, so you never know.
Yes.
But anyway.
So maybe in that sense, it could probably be considered womanhood.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
And if Lacy's really wearing a push-up bra, I think you're punishing me because I want to see some of that.
Oh man!
No.
There's the rub.
No.
There's the rub.
Ski, you see that she has like one of the fakest boobs ever, right?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
fakest looking boobs ever.
Yeah, he has poor taste. Sloth has poor taste. But anyway, like, way to be a fucking feminist, Sloth. Do you realize that Lacy would be calling you like a problematic rapist right now?
Let alone a pig.
I love how you're just trying to get in Lacy's pants in the middle of your video. I thought you had women that talk to you all the time because of your ethnicity or whatever. Why do you need to get into Lacy's pants?
Yes.
That shit is funny.
Fucking selfish thing, bastard.
Said Carrie is largely about how women find their
No,
own
I don't think it's
channels of
selfish
power,
to
but
say that
also
she has
what men
fake
fear about
boobies,
women's
which she
sexuality.
does.
The book
So,
is, in
shut
its more
out,
adult
Sloth.
implications, an
Except for
uneasy
you.
masculine shrinking from a future.
Well, I think she has like a fake everything. I don't think her personality is real either. I think it sounds pretty fucking fabricated to me.
Yeah,
You
just
know,
like Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah. Well, she has more emotion than Anita though. I'll give her that.
Yeah,
Quality.
just and a really, really, really annoying version of Anita.
Yeah, it looks like his body pillows are about to come in the mail. The time's right.
So King
You do know that when King wrote Dance Macabre, he was high as a kite and drunk as shit. You do know that.
It doesn't
Sorry
matter.
for
When writing a
laughing.
book,
Sorry. There's just one comment Dragon Cowboy said where he says, "Sloth, put that left hand behind that chair."
or doing
Yes.
any other form of entertainment, what matters in the end is what the audience thinks. And if that's what she interprets the book as, then let it be.
Well, what if the interpretation
But that's not
is...
what he was saying. He was saying that the criticism was unfair because he was high and drunk as a guy. That'd be like if people were getting
Yeah.
onto
That doesn't mean
Eminem for that.
interpretation
What's
can't
that
be
album
stupid.
called that everybody said was garbage because he was high when he made it? Oh, I forgot what it's called. It's like Encore or something. Oh God. It's. I think it's Just Lose It or. Yeah, you know what the album that I'm referring to, Ski, where that just has Just Lose It goes going. Ah! A stupid laugh.
In what?
The Eminem album. The Eminem album.
Oh, that. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think they were
that
both
laugh.
singing that.
Yeah, that.
Yes, I love how nobody heard the Eminem part until now. That's cool. That's
Okay.
cool. Make me
What
look like
was
an
that
idiot
about?
on the stream. Fantastic. But then again,
Oh.
I kind of already did a good job of that myself by making myself look like an idiot by portraying myself as an MRA.
It carries also a tale of women fearing each other's strengths. Notice that it's all women who are Carrie's main nemesis.
What's the clock? What's this clock? What is this clock for in the back right here that you can't really see? Maybe that's for like his hot pocket or something.
Wouldn't be surprised.
What if he ends up like that guy that Ryan commentated when he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go I'm gonna go bake myself a pizza.
Yeah.
He leaves the freaking stream.
Bake a pizza
God,
pizza? Like not an entire pizza? Like you
bake a pie of pizza. Okay,
like-
that's what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm being
Oh.
dumb.
Oh, I thought that was his actual quote. Never mind.
I'm gonna
Single
go
one.
I'm gonna go bake myself a pizza. Oh, and look at that face! Look at that face!
Oh,
It's
yeah.
another blowjob face.
Screenshot.
It's a blowjob face when you're on marijuana and blue meth.
It's more like the pre-blowjob face. He's getting ready. he's excited. I can tell.
Too early.
Oh God.
Them tries to change who she is, except for one woman, and probably not coincidentally, she's the only one who survives at the end. Lastly,
And what if it
Rosemary's
was
Baby
the
in
hooker that gave him the blowjob? I'm sorry.
We have
I'm
3 minutes
sorry.
left on the video. Whoa.
Oh, why did it
Glad I
restart?
looked at the timestamp, so I know where we are.
Try to look for the.
The blowjob face?
Yes, that was it. That was it.
Oh, wait, where? Where?
Go a little bit further. Go a little bit further. That was it.
Like right here?
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Where's the timestamp? Here it is.
Lastly is Rosemary's Baby in 1968. Rosemary's Baby is arguably
Oh, and we're on
Roman Polanski's
Rosemary's
greatest
Baby
masterpiece,
now,
which is
in case you
painfully
didn't hear
ironic
it.
because he pled guilty to drugging and raping a 13-year-old
Because Sloth didn't point it out so we could understand what was going on.
and then
Oh.
fled for asylum in France. In the story, unbeknownst to Rosemary, her husband and their neighbors arranged for her to be raped and to carry Satan's child.
When you skip through a video, you kind of have to give context so we're not fucking lost.
While her world starts going awry after all of this happens, she's made to believe that she's the one going crazy. Rosemary's Baby remains a relevant metaphor for the slow erosion of reproductive rights that are happening in the US right now. But instead of
I haven't watched the movie Rosemary's Baby. I did read a good chunk of the book, and again, Lacy, no.
Wait, you've only read a chunk of the book, not all of it. Not even seen the movie, and yet you still say she's wrong. Christ in hell, you're a frustrating sack of shit.
A good chunk. Couldn't a good chunk also equate to like
The part she was
a
referring to?
majority of it? It's maybe that's
Yeah.
what he meant.
Maybe the part she was referring to, maybe that'd give him enough context. But I get his point. He probably should read the whole book
Yeah,
before he
because
makes the point.
from what he's read, it's not what she's saying it is.
Yeah,
And
it's probably not very likely that it just gets completely turned on its head by the end of the book or whatever. But anyway, I
as
get his
Rosemary's
point.
body becomes a vessel for everyone else's use, you're reminded of how your own choices are slowly being taken away as well. So in these stories, all the protagonists are white ladies, and this also sort of illustrates some of the representation problems that have plagued film history.
Oh, yes, because every single movie must represent the lesbian Eskimo population. That is an argument that I'm so fucking sick and tired of. That, oh, well, your movie has a white male lead. Well, yeah, that's who I cast. It was the best actor I could get. Well, why can't you? Yeah, fuck you. Why in the fuck should writers of movies or books or television shows be forced to fucking make sure they get every single goddamn demographic and every single goddamn group of people represented in a movie? That isn't fucking reality.
She never fucking said that directors need to appeal to every...
She did, though.
Let's replay her point for context on what he said. Or what
Yes,
Lacy said.
she did. Yeah, let's
Or
rewind again because I'm pretty sure that she did last time I
Alright.
watched it.
Let's see.
That, oh, well, your movie has a
Wait.
white male lead.
Shut the fuck
Because
up.
every
I'm trying to listen to her point.
Wait, you've only read the movie.
As Rosemary's body becomes a vessel for everyone else's use, you're reminded of how your own choices are slowly being taken away as well. So in these stories, all the protagonists are white ladies, and this also sort of illustrates some of the representation problems that have plagued film history.
So she did. That is what she said.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
You're fucking dumb.
Why try blindingly defending a person you know is flawed?
Because it's Lacy and he wants to get in her pants. What do you think?
Yeah, Sloth, if you're trying to be a pseudo-intellectual or you're trying to be, a smarty pants, you need to go watch some Sargon of Akkad or Too Long Didn't Read and their responses to Lacy Green.
Yeah. Ugh.
That'd probably be more intellectually stimulating.
Well, we have a bunch of pseudo-intellectuals here, so...
She
Just watch
never
us.
fucking said that
Watch what we're doing right now.
directors
We're fucking
need
tearing you apart.
to appeal to every demographic. She said
Yes,
that all the
she
protagonists
did.
being white
Yeah,
women
she
actually
just said that.
to do with non-white women being pushed to the wayside. No. You know what? I'm not showing the rest of his fucking point because he just goes on a completely unrelated tangent.
Unlike
noticed
you,
that-
Sloth.
What
never
you might
do
consider
that.
to be unrelated might actually be important key details to his point.
Yeah, not
and
to
good
mention
job on not giving it the full context that it
an
really
unrelated
deserves.
tangent. Isn't that what Sloth has been doing this entire fucking commentary? Just going on about things that WarCorpse wasn't even talking about?
Yeah.
Like
Isn't that what
Lazy's
he's been
boobs?
doing the entire
But-
time?
Yeah, by the way, am I the only one noticing that this sort of trope is being used a lot in the commentaries where they just slowly build it or point and then they
I'm
explode at
done.
the end?
This is terrible. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Blah, blah. Yeah. I see that a lot.
Pulled nearly as
To be fair, I've done that before in like the last podcast, but whatever.
much, and that is compounded for women who are not white. Something to keep in mind. All right, babes, if you have any...
And maybe it's because women suck at acting?
Kate Beckinsale, Julie Andrews, Scarlett Johansson, fucking Meryl Streep.
Wait.
How
did he word
go
that?
Go back. I don't think that's what he was saying at all.
New screenshot.
Yes, that's him coming at the moment. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
I hope that hooker was very nice to you, man.
No, he's
that hooker.
no.
must have been really nice.
He's happy because
I was like-
the pizza roll's done. The hot pocket's done.
Yeah.
What about the takeout?
Okay, here's the edge again.
Also,
Pulled nearly as
ouch,
much,
the edge.
and that is compounded for women who are not white. Something to keep in mind. All right, babes, if you have any...
And maybe it's because women suck at acting?
Okay,
Kate-
he did word that retardedly.
Beckinsale, Julie Andrews, Scarlett Johansson, fucking Meryl Streep. There, you suck. Now go die in a hole. And I'm ending it there since nothing really happens. Yeah, I really don't have to explain what's wrong with this video, do I? Nah, I really don't. Well, that's...
I actually
No,
think
it's
you kind
you
of
don't have
do
to
because
explain
you
what's
barely
wrong with the
explained
video. It's
any
not
of
like
your
it's a
goddamn
commentary
points.
or something. You fucking retard. That's the entire point of a commentary.
Yeah.
I don't have to explain what's wrong with this video.
It's like, I don't have to point out the
What'd you make this
flaws,
video
do
for
I?
then,
Like,
asshole?
Yes, you do.
What'd you make the video
Final
for?
Thoughts all over again.
Yeah, I
The only
know.
thing I
That
can
was
say
such
is
a
that
stupid
You could just
thing.
say,
It's
I don't want to...
Final thoughts is so cliched. I'm like, oh my god, that was such a stupid thing that
Where it's a
Attack
total
on Trier.
coincidence that I
And
commented.
ironically enough, that in of itself became a cliche.
You could say you
became a cliche.
explained what was wrong with the video in the commentary, but you didn't explain what was wrong, so that wouldn't work either.
MRA right after a rant on men's rights. Anyways, thanks for watching. Slothboy over and out.
At this point, I think
And sober.
Slothboy should just hang up his commentary boots.
His commentary boots. His military commentary
Actually,
boots.
no.
Signing
Or
out.
better yet, he needs to stop
General
talking
Sloth.
about this subject. He needs to stop talking about anything
He
that
needs
has
to
anything
find
related
something that he
to
cannot... He can be
feminism
not
and
a
MRAs
complete retard
because
on.
he is not confident enough to actually talk about those topics at all, and he shouldn't really even talk about them at all. It's just
Something's going on
wa-
with the chat. Let me fix this.
way out of that shit is just way out of his league.
Okay, some guy's spamming. Let's block him.
Who is it? Anime Master?
Conservative pets.
Oh, conservative. Oh,
Oh.
I thought it was conservative Pete. I don't know why. And he's trademarked.
I thought we were
too,
talking about
apparently.
Anime Master for some reason. I don't know. Oh, hi, Caden. He's here.
Yep.
Oh, hi, Caden. I wish you would have joined us like you said you were going to do. Jeez.
No, he said he was on break and he wanted to see. Said go to someone else because he's on the break. But okay. Anyway,
That's fine. It's like, oh, so you can just he's like, help us, and he's like, no. Okay, so yeah, okay, whatever. But hi,
Anyway.
Caden. Wish you could be here. Would have added a lot, but either way, it's still a fun BOPcast.
Whatever.
Much better than the last time we tried to cover the first video, though.
This was a good show. But yeah.
At least this one lasts like 24 freaking minutes, and this lasts like I think at least 5 times longer than that, or 5 times longer.
Thank Bot for finally getting off their lazy asses and helping us out. It's the fucking chat. There's stupid shit happens in the chat all the time. I look at the chat on occasion. It's not like it was anything out of the ordinary. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up, actually.
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright. Yep, see you guys later. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry
much
I
better
appeared
than
later
last time
than
we tried
usual.
to do this, and I hope Sloth Boy does a commentary on this, and it ends up being like 4 hours long. Oh wait, we're not talking about Ryan broadcast.
Sloth still has an open invitation to the show if he wants to come on and debate. That'd be amazing. So
yeah, might have to join that debate.
With that, we are done. See you guys later.
Yes.